How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Gundam card game video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today we are talking about my top picks for Gundam card game Set 4 Phantom Aria. I was gonna make this like a top 10 video and then a top 15, and it turns out it's just 20 cards. Some cards I feel like I have to talk about. They are just gonna be meta relevant, people are gonna play them, and then some cards I just have to talk about because I just really like the cards. I think they're super fun, either because of the design or because it helps support an archetype that I really love. And there's going to be a mix of that here. Competitive staples, or cards that I think are going to be very competitive viable, and cards that I just personally really like. So that's kind of why this is a little bit of a bigger list. Also, I just think the set is really cool, and I'm extremely looking forward to it. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and jump into our overlay and start digging into the cards. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you like what I do here and you'd like to see more Gundam card game content. And if you'd like to see my full set review, I also already have that on the channel. It's pretty long. I literally go over every single card. Today, we're just talking about my favorites. So, and other ones that I think are going to be quite good. So, yeah, let's do it. And here we have, greeting us, is the Unicorn Gundam, kind of like the marquee card of this set. And I just wanted to start off with this. We're going to actually just jump into the cards from here. Also, I want to mention our playmat. We have our new playmats. All of them are available for pre-order, all that kind of good stuff over on redzoneroad.com. I'm not going to talk about that too much, but no AI art now, no AI art ever, all done by industry artists, available at redzonerogue.com, playmats and sleeves. All right, let's jump into our first card. And that, of course, is one of my favorite cards of the set. I wanted to start out with this one because it might end up just being my favorite card of the set. This is the Gundam XX. That's what the DX stands for. And this is kind of like the big boss finisher we've been waiting for Vulture. And this one is so sweet. It is so sweet. So this is a level 8, 7 cost 6/6. It has suppression, and it says, during pair on attack, if you're attacking the enemy player, you may choose 7 Vulture cards from your trash, exile them from the game. If you do, choose an enemy unit or base that's level 8 or lower, and you just blow it up. It's so good. That's so sweet. Not only does this have suppression, so it does double damage to shields, but also it has the ability to just blow up whatever you want, basically, on attack, with some minor exceptions. There's a couple like level 9 cards right now, but this basically blows up like 99% of the cards in the game. It just works insanely well, and it's super cool. And hey, I've been playing the Vulture archetype ever since it was first introduced, and I'm gonna keep playing it. I really like this card. Obviously, it links with Garrett Rand. Is this like super competitively viable? Well, it makes the Vulture deck better. Is it gonna make it like a top tier meta deck? Probably not. I don't think so. But am I still gonna play it and have a lot of fun with it? Absolutely yes. Also, I realized I kind of need to change the screen regions just a little bit. So let me fix that real quick here. Okay, I have fixed the screen region of the card. The bottom part was like getting cut off and it was bugging me. So if it was bugging you too, well, we got it. So yeah, first card, Gundam XX. I'm super stoked for this one. Next up, we're gonna have a card that works well in this deck, and I'm gonna kind of do that for a lot of these picks. I'm gonna put cards that work well together next to each other for the most part. And next up we have Palis. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name quite yet. I'm just actually starting to watch Gundam X. So this is a level 3 1 cost pilot. She is +1/+1. She is a Satyricon Vulture, and then when you link her, choose a purple unit card with suppression in your trash and add it to your hand. I don't know, like maybe the Gundam XX or the Gundam X. Yeah, I think this card is really sweet in the Vulture deck. She herself is a Vulture pilot. You do need to link her to a Vulture unit, but we do have a lot more Vulture links now, so I think she's going to be at least a couple copies in my my Vulture deck, and she's also really cute, so that also doesn't hurt. But I think, like, playability wise, I think she's actually pretty good. And it makes it so you can actually discard your Gundam X early on for if you're playing like a purple-white strategy, like I'm probably going to be playing, probably going to having like, overflowing affection, maybe discard something like your double X early, and then you can get it back a little bit later with Pala here, and you're off to the races. So yeah, this is great. So yeah, these two definitely going to be going together, definitely running them in my own personal Vulture list. And if you're curious, yes, we'll be doing a full deck tech on that eventually. Next up, we have another kind of like you know, it's not a super exciting card, but I think it's, well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. So this is Izuma Colony. It is a level 1 cost base. Now this is good. In fact, this level 1 is exactly what you want it to be. It is a 0-4 base, and it says burst, you deploy it. Deploy, add your shield to hand. When this base receives battle damage from an enemy unit with 3 or less AP, deal 1 damage to that unit. So this is a kind of base that I've seen a lot of people want. This is a base that will deal damage to units when they attack it. Only small units, only 3 or less AP. But I think this card is secretly, maybe it's not a secret, I think this card might be really good. I think it might be really good. This is also the kind of card that I need to play with a lot to kind of gauge and see how it, you know, really plays out. It only does 1 damage to the unit, but I think this might be really, I think this might work really, really well in a deck that uses a lot of ping, like maybe a mid-range style deck or mid-range to control deck that has a lot of instances of 1 point of damage. And so when your opponents are jamming in with their 2/2 dudes, their 2/2 grunts, well then you know, you can actually finish them off by dealing the extra little point of damage, because they're probably going to attack in such a way that their guys don't die from this. They just take a little bit of damage. But I think it will slow the decks down quite a bit, especially if you are running a lot of burn. So I think in particular, this actually helps out your like mid-rangey burn decks, like your red-white burn or your red-blue burn. I think it actually helps them quite a bit. This is why I'm gonna be running this in my my blue-red new type burn deck. Probably at a, well, it depends on how prevalent the aggro meta is after this set comes out. We'll have to wait and see. But if aggro is as prevalent as it is now, this is probably going to be like a 4 of in my deck. Now, especially since the Corsica base got kind of like restricted. That's what I was running before. I could probably I could swap to something like this. So yeah, I think this card's pretty good. Next up, we have Victory Gundam. So this is going to be the basis of potentially a new archetype, and I think it's pretty solid right off the bat. So the Victory Gundam is a level 4 3 cost 3/4, same stat lines as the RX-78-2. It links with any League Militaire trait, which is good. It itself is League Militaire and Victory type, and it has the best attack trigger. On attack, if you have 3 or more League Militaire units in play, draw a card. Yo, that's good. This is actually pretty easy to get 3 or more League Militaire units. It itself is a League Militaire, and then all of the little tokens that League Militaire makes are also League Militaire. So it just works super, super well. And I wanted to mention the pilot as well, Uso. Now, it's not like the only pilot, because this one obviously can link up with any League Militaire, but it works really well with kind of like the protagonist pilot here. So Uso is a level 4 1 cost 2/1. I also like to just call him Crying Boy. Crying Boy. He's a League Militaire and new type. And then when you pair, if this is a League Militaire unit, you deploy 1 parts 1/1 League Militaire token that can't choose the enemy player as an attack target. So what this means is on turn 4, when you link up here, you get a 5/5 that can attack immediately because you are linking it up with Uso. And Uso also makes a 1/1. So you just need 1 more League Militaire unit in play on the turn that you play this, and you get your draw trigger. Even though it says you need 3 or more, you really only need 1 more if you play this and you link him with Uso. So yeah, I think this archetype is actually going to be pretty solid, and I think it's one that a lot of people are going to try out of the gates. It seems really good, and you can even run your Amuro Ray in this deck as well, but I think you're probably going to want to run a decent amount of League Militaire stuff as well. So yeah, these are definitely cards that I wanted to talk about. I think they're going to form the basis of a potentially pretty good new archetype. Now, similar but not quite, we have the Gundam Kyrios. Now, I think this one is also competitively viable. I think it's extremely good. And it'll make like a sort of new deck, right? This is going to be a red X version of Celestial Being or CB. Whether you're going to pair this, well, it's probably going to be green. You're probably going to make red-green. And I think it's going to be pretty good. Once again, we'll have to see how like the meta shakes out and if it finds like a really strong place. But I think immediately it's going to be one that a lot of people are going to test out because I think the Kyrios is just really good. So it's a level 4 3 cost 1/4. Look, sounds like level 4 3 cost cards tend to be pretty good if they are statted well and have good effects. And this one does. This one links with Alleluia or Hallelujah. It is a CBGN drive, and it has First Strike, which is fantastic. And then it also gets an additional 2 AP for each of our rested CB units. It doesn't say other CB units, so it counts itself. So when it is rested itself, it is just a baseline 3-4. That's great. So when it attacks, it'll attack as a 3-4 or bigger if you have more CB stuff, rested CB stuff. And then it pairs obviously extremely well with Hallelujah. So Hallelujah is a level 4 1 cost 2/1, and then during Link once per turn, during our turn, when this unit destroys an enemy unit with battle damage, look at the top card of your deck. If it's a CB card, you may reveal it and add it to your hand, and then return any remaining card to the bottom of your deck. So it basically just draws you a card if you're running a heavy CB deck, which you probably are in this archetype. So at base level, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's still a 5/5 attacker, but it'll also have first strike, and it'll also draw you a card, which is pretty good. I think drawing a card is pretty good, and I think this is just a really, really sweet effect. The fact that it is a 5/5 first strike is nasty. It means you can kill your opponent's RX-782 Grandpa Gundam if it's already rested, and you don't take any damage back, and then they're still going to have to kill this on their turn and spend some cards. So if you can get their first strike kill, and then they have to at least spend maybe another unit with a pilot, that's 4 of their cards, right? You know, it's Grandpa Gundam and Amuro plus maybe 2 other cards just for 2 of yours is great value. I think this card's really good. So yeah, we'll have to see if the rest of the CB archetype kind of, molds around it, but you're probably going to run this with like the Dynamis, which is also really good, like the LR Dynamis. So I think this is also another pretty competitively strong card, and I think Hallelujah is also quite good. So keep an eye out for these 2. Next up, we have one that I don't know if it's super competitive, but I'm gonna try it. That is the Gundam, or the Unicorn Gundam 2 Banshee Norn Destroy Mode. Long name, cool Gundam. This is a level 7 5 cost 5/5. Links with Rita as Earth Federation, and it says during Link, activate main, exile 3 blue cards. So you have to play this in a blue-white deck. Exile 3 blue cards from your trash. Set this unit as active. It can't choose the enemy player as an attack target during this turn. And then on attack, all enemy units get -1 AP during the whole turn, which is really, really sweet. So you can get like a nice double attack with this, but it's not double face. It's just a really nice board control card. But more importantly, I think this is going to fit into a really cool blue-white, like control unicorn style deck. I could have also picked just the regular unicorn for this, but I like the Banshee Norn. I think it's just really, really cool. So yeah, that's one of my picks. I'm definitely building this deck. Definitely gonna try it out. And I think it's really cool. It's kind of expensive card, but you want to play this in kind of more of a blocker-centric controlling style deck. Next up, we have the Zeong. Oh my, I love this card, dude. This card is so sick. And if you know me, you know I love Zeong. Char is literally my favorite character in all of Gundam. This is great. So Zeong is a level 6 5 cost 4/3. It links with Char. It itself is Zeong. And then when you pair this with a new type pilot, you deploy 2 2/1 wire guided arm Zeong tokens. Now these are not rested. They just come into play ready, which is sweet. You get 2 2/1s. And then when this is destroyed, it doesn't have to be paired or linked or anything. You get a 3/1 rested Zeong head token. This card gives you 3 bodies for a single card at level 6. Obviously, you want to link this up with Char. You play this, link this with Char, get your free high maneuver attack because Char is also cracked. And you also get the 2 2/1s. This is like a really nice finisher for like really nice top end finisher for an aggressive Zeong deck. The fact that it gives you 3 attackers for 1 body, and you also need, to pair a pilot with it, a new type pilot, I still think is really good. I think this card is like, it might be underrated now. I might be maybe too high on it, but man, 3 bodies for 1 card is just super good in the Gundam card game. I like this a lot. So I'm going to be putting this in my Zeong decks. This is great. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, while I think that the Zeong is legitimately good, let's talk about the Neo Zeong. I love this card. Is it competitively good? Well, it's a level 9 card. It's a level 9 card. Okay, let's get real. But it's awesome. So it's a level 9 8 cost 6/7. I hate myself. It links with full frontal. It's Neo Zeong. And when this When this unit or one of our Neo Zeon units is deployed, choose an enemy unit and deal 3 damage to it. That's great. That's really good. And then also during Link, all of our units gain Neo Zeon. So the idea here is that you play this, you play your full frontal ability triggers. This will deal 3 damage with its own effect, and then the full frontal will put in another Neo Zeon thing and will deal another 3 damage. So it's like 6 damage in one turn with 3 cards in your hand. Obviously, this is like extremely top end heavy. I think it's too slow for the meta currently. I think if the meta shifts into being a really slow meta, this could be a great value engine at the end, especially if you have a lot of card draw. But outside of something like that, I think it's probably just going to be like a fun rogue kind of thing. Am I going to be playing this? Yes, I am. Am I going to be playing it in a deck that I'm going to be trying to compete and win events? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I am going to be playing this in a Neo Zeon deck, and I'll be probably putting like maybe 2 copies or something. I think it's cool, but I do not think this one is like super competitive viable, at least right now. At least not right now. Next up, we have, I love this one. This is the Guncannon 108 and Guncannon 109. This card is so sweet. This is a level 5 4-cost 3/4. It links with either Kai Shiden or Hayato Kobayashi. It itself is an Earth Federation and white-based team unit. And then when you link it, so with either Kai or Hayato, you can choose one of your other white-based team units that's level 4 or higher, and you set it as active. I really want to make a full white-based team deck, and we're going to be playing everyone's favorite Amuro and RX-72 Gundam. I think this curves perfectly from an RX-72 and Amuro turn. So you do RX-72, Amuro, you attack, you do your thing, and then if it survives on your next turn, you can play this thing. And then what you do is you attack first, do your Amuro stuff, do your RX-72 stuff, and then you play this, and then you link it up, and then it'll set your RX-72 as active, and then you can attack with that, and then you can attack with this. So you have like a triple attack turn between these cards. Is it good? I honestly don't know. It sounds sweet as hell though. And Amuro and RX-72 LR are already incredibly powerful. So I really want to make just a dedicated white-based team deck. And I think if you're going to do that, I think you include this card for sure. And you include, some combination of Kai or Hayato. Those are both like command pilot cards, unless they make more in the future. But currently they're command pilot cards. So I like this card a lot. I think it's very cool. I think that might be good. Next up, we have the Gundam Ferric. Okay, we're going to talk about some Academy stuff now. I think the next 3 cards are all Academy, and they all fit into the same archetype. The Ferric is awesome. I think it's like maybe the coolest one of the bunch without getting into some tricky stuff. But it is kind of tricky itself. So it is a level 6 4-cost 5/4. It links with a Lanceris. It has Breach 5, which is the best Breach number, I guess, unless, higher than 5 would be best. But Breach 5 is extremely good because it'll destroy almost any base. And then it also has once per turn, during our turn, when one of our other Academy units receives damage from an enemy, we place an EX resource. That's so good. That is so good. We need this because the new Academy, the Green Academy deck, cares about EX resources. So not only does this thing itself has Breach 5, but it also gives the ability to repeatedly, turn after turn, this is only once per turn, but turn after turn, potentially make a bunch of EX resources, which is good, because we'll need them for the other cards, which are something like the Gundam Lifrith Thorn. I think this one is probably the coolest one outside of the Ferric, just for the effect here. So it's a level 5 3-cost 4/4. Links with Noria Dunok. It itself is Donifold and Academy. It also has Breach. This one has Breach 3, which is also pretty good. Helps, bust those EX bases. And it says, during your turn, when you play and activate a Dawn of Fold command card using an EX resource, so once again, we need those EX resources, you may pair that card from your trash with one of your units with Gundam Lifrith in its card name. So let's talk about the final Academy card I want to mention here, and that is, Noria Dunok herself, or Indiscriminate Violence. So she has a level 5 1-cost 2/0 pilot. She's an Academy Dawn of Fold, and she has her main effect, which says, choose one friendly Academy unit. During this turn, it may choose an active enemy unit, level 5 or unit with 5 or less AP as its attack target. If you use an EX resource to play this card, you can choose 1 to 2 Academy units instead. So the idea here is that we have stuff like the Ferric and maybe some other ways to get EX resources. And then we have our Gundam Lift with Thorn, and then we play the command side here. We play Indiscriminate Violence, and then the Lift with Thorn will trigger if we played it with an EX resource. Then we just gonna immediately pair the pilot up. That's so good. That's like such cool value. Now I really need to play with this deck to see if it works and it plays well, but it sounds really cool. And that's why I'm including all 3 of these cards here on the list, kind of like sequentially, because I think they're all going to kind of fit into what you're doing here. And it has to specifically be a Dawn-of-Fold command card. So you really care about the Dawn-of-Fold command pilots. That's kind of like what this is really, really hinting at. And it has to be using an EX resource. So when you do that, you'll get to choose the 2 things if you'd like. So yeah, it's cool. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's competitive, but it seems cool and something that I really want to try. Next up, we have the Turn A Gundam. This is another one where I'm like, I don't really know how competitive it is, but it's an extremely cool card. This is a level 5 3 cost 4/4, links with Loron, and it says activate main once per turn. You can pay 1, choose a unit card with repair, breach, first strike, support, high maneuver, suppression, blocker and this has been errated in either player's trash. So you can choose either player's trash here. During this turn, the unit gains an additional AP and then all of the stuff that was on the card that you chose in the trash. So this is kind of like it's like a Swiss Army knife, Swiss Army Gundam with a big mustache, Swiss Army mustache Gundam. So you can give it all these effects. Obviously getting effects like high maneuver and suppression are really good. First strike also extremely good. Blocker, not that good in this case because it's only until like it just says during this turn. And you can only do it during main. So giving yourself blocker during main, and then it goes away at the end of the turn, not that great. But these other ones are pretty good. Specifically, well, maybe even repair and breach, but like suppression, obviously, and high maneuver are fantastic. So we'll have to see if this is good. People are definitely going to play around with it because it's such a weird effect, and I think it's cool. I hope it's good, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's just kind of like a meme, but it is kind of cool. And then we have another one of my favorite cards in the entire set. We have the Destiny Gundam. I'm going to be playing with this card a lot. So this is a level 7 5 cost 5/5, links with Shin Asuka. It's a Zaft Minerva Squad card. This is the perfect one you want to put in your Destiny Ignition starters. This one says high maneuver, love it. And then also during pair on attack, you can choose one Minerva Squad unit from your trash. You pay its cost to deploy it. There are no restrictions on this other than it being Minerva Squad, so you can actually get one of your big chunguses. This is great. This is like really good value that you're getting out of this deck. And I'm gonna be putting this into a purple red version, I think, where I want to have a lot of like grindy cards, grindy removal and that kind of stuff, and then just try to grind my opponent out with a lot of this recursion effects and the Destiny Gundam, trying to kind of get there at the end. So yeah, I like this card a lot. It's probably going to be like a 3 or 4 of in my deck. Great top end finisher for Zaft that also gives us like this recurring value. It might be too slow in the current meta, but that didn't stop me before. I'm playing my Zaft cards because I really love the Zaft archetype. So yeah, this is going in. I love this card. All right, next up we have Rosami. This is in here just because I think she's good. I think she's good. I'm gonna be playing with her a lot. She's a level 3 1 cost 2/0 pilot. She's a Titans and Cyber new type, both extremely relevant. And then when you link, you choose a rested unit and you deal 1 damage to it. That's so good. It doesn't have any restriction on AP or level or anything. You just, as long as it's rested, pop it for 1. And then also, like I said, really relevant types, and you still get the 2 attack. Usually the level 3s are like 1/1s or 1/0s. Yeah, she's great. I want to play on like multiple decks. I want to try her out in a Cyber new type specific deck alongside like Marita Cruz and that kind of stuff, like a ping Cyber new type deck that's like going all in. And this time it's actually all Cyber new types and not just calling it that because of Marita Cruz. And I also want to put her in a dedicated Titans deck in my Titans deck. So I'm gonna be playing this card a lot, even though it's just an uncommon and it seems simple. I think she's really good. I think she's actually just really good. Next up we have a Baoa Qu. I think this is also pretty solid. I'm going to be putting this in my Zeong decks. It's a level 5 1 cost 0/5 base. Burst deploy it, deploy shield to hand. And then while you have a rested Zeong unit in play, this base can't receive battle damage from enemy units that are level 4 or lower. The RX-72 Grandpa Gundam starter deck card is 4 or lower, so it actually prevents damage from that as well. In fact, this only takes damage, you read it the other way, only takes damage for 5 or higher. So if you have a whole bunch of Zeong dudes in play and they're like all rested because you're being aggressive, and your opponent is playing like an aggro deck and you've somehow lived to turn 5, maybe playing aggressively, trading with stuff, yada yada. If you at least have a couple Zeong units in play, and they could even be tokens, they have to go through those before they can hit this base. I think this is cool. I don't know exactly how good it is, and I don't know how exactly that situation is like Christmas Land, but I'm definitely going to try it out. And yeah, I'm jamming this in my Zeong decks. Maybe a couple copies, because I probably still want a couple low bases. But man, getting this off a burst, oh man, it's so nasty. Because obviously you play it on level 5, but if you get this off a burst on like level 2, and you still have some like Zeong tokens in play, they are forced to deal with like your little dude. So yeah, I think it's good. I think it's really good. Another card to help against aggro. And then our final 2 cards are extremely boring, and I'm putting them here just because I feel like I have to, just to mention them. If you didn't see them, they're reprints or recolors of existing cards that are staples. So here we have Zolot, Ligue Militaire. It's a Ligue Militaire card. You probably run this in all Ligue Militaire decks, and also you're probably going to run this on a lot of blue decks. It's a level 2, 2-cost, 3/2 with blocker, but it can't choose the enemy player as an attack target. It's literally a blue Zawart. So here you go. If you want a blue Zawart, and a lot of decks probably will, here you go. It's extremely boring in my opinion, but it's very playable. And then the final card is the same thing. Here we have Flat, the Militia. So it's a level 3, 2-cost, 2/4 with blocker. If you want more Gundam Lifriths, like the original blocker Lifrith, here you go. It's extremely boring, but it's extremely playable, and a lot of people are going to play this. Also, it gives you another, avenue to get that one. Even if the art is more, I don't know, T-posing than the Lifrith. So here's 2 cards that I just kind of felt obligated to include because they're really good. You're going to play them in a lot of decks, but they're extremely boring, and they're not as cool as like my Gundam Double X. So let's go back to me real quick, and then we'll end the video. Yo, it's me again. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. What are your top picks for Gundam card game set for Phantom Aria? I think there's a lot of really cool cards in here. A lot of stuff I didn't even talk about that I wanted to include, like the Penelope, but I just didn't include because, man, there's so many. I didn't want the list to be all LRs. I didn't think that would be very interesting, just listing all of the LRs. So I wanted to include some stuff that weren't LRs specifically. So I didn't include like stuff like the Penelope that I might have included if it was just like, didn't have that kind of restriction. But though I think I do like the non-LRs that I chose. So let me know what you think about all this kind of stuff in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I genuinely appreciate you for being here. We'll see you next time.